In this guided video tutorial, we'll be covering the process of how to perform a cash till count. It is important to start your workday with an accurate count of how much cash is in your till. This way, any discrepancies that might occur can be narrowed down to a certain day or even time of day, depending on how often your cash tills are counted. The Grindless POS helps support this concept by requiring staff to perform regular cash till counts. Typically, most businesses will choose to count their cash tills at least twice a day, once at store open and again at store close, though your store's actual policies may vary. The POS will ask you to count the cash till if enough time has passed since the last till has been counted. If the last till has expired, you will be prompted at login to count the cash till immediately. So let's go ahead and count it. Start by clicking the Open Register button at the bottom. With your drawer now open, count each denomination of cash and tell the POS how much of it there is. You can either count the number of bills there are for each denomination or the total value for that denomination. For example, you can either count 5 $20 bills or enter $100 for the 20s field. You can also switch back and forth as you please. For the rolls field, add up the total value of all of your rolls of change together and enter that number in the rolls field. If you don't have any rolls of change, enter 0. Once you've counted each denomination, click the Save button. In this example, the POS is asking us to count the till again, because it has detected a discrepancy between the total cash till count provided versus what was expected. By design, the system does not tell you how much the till is off by, in order to avoid situations where an employee might simply increase or decrease the number given just to make the system proceed to the next step. At this point, you should consider if there are any reasons why the till may be off. Perhaps there is an open order that occurred where money was taken in and put in the drawer, but the payments for that order weren't tendered, so the POS doesn't know to expect that extra cash. Or maybe a sale happened during an unusually busy part of the workday that wasn't logged in the system. It is a great idea to stop what you're doing at this point and check for those common culprits before continuing on. If you're unsure why the till is off, then proceed with performing a recount. Notice that the POS only asks you to recount certain denominations. This is to reduce the amount of work needed on your end by only having you check denominations that could contribute to the problem. In other words, if the till is only off by $5, then it won't ask you to verify how many 20s you have. So, we'll pull the cash out for each denomination marked in red and count those bills again. It is very important to only ever enter the actual number of bills that are present in the drawer in front of you at that time. If there was some unusual circumstance which caused the drawer to be short or over, do not compensate by raising or lowering the totals fictitiously when entering them during your cash till count. If the till is off and you know the reason why, simply enter the current accurate count and then type in a comment providing the reason why. Don't worry, a till that is short or over will not negatively impact the following till that comes after it. Once you have given the POS the same count twice in a row, it will accept the count you have given it, even if it is off by a large amount. Of course, if the till is off, that is still a problem, but the investigation into why the till is off comes later on. Some stores in the POS are configured to require an override code whenever the till is off by an exorbitant amount. For example, your store owner might have set it to where if the till is off by $25 or more, then somebody who works as management in your store must be contacted about this discrepancy before it can be saved. If this feature is enabled, then an override code will be sent in the form of a text message to a specific person who works at your location. This person must be contacted before the POS will allow you to finish the cash till count. If the account you're logged in under has owner privileges, then you will be able to skip providing this code and instead have the ability to click a checkbox indicating that you would like to force an override to happen. Now that the POS has received an accurate till count, it will either allow us to proceed to the start screen to begin using the point of sale, or it will take us to the cash pull screen. If it's the end of the day, for example, and you have a lot of cash in your till from taking payments throughout the day, you'll need to drop the till back down to the starting default amount and put the excess cash into a safe or other secure location based on your store's policies. The POS knows what your target starting amount is, and it will calculate a suggested cash pull, including how many of each bill to take out. The POS will try to round the cash pull based on the settings defined by your store's management. This way, you only have to deal with larger bills, and small bills are left as change for the next till to give as change to customers. If you can't or don't want to do a cash pull, you can simply choose No Deposit from the drop-down menu, and the cash pull changes to $0, indicate that the money you just counted is being left in the drawer to be dealt with later. At this point, the cash till has been counted, and we can continue using the point of sale. If you need to perform another cash till count later on, you can go to Tasks, then Cash Till. One final note is that there may be instances where you are opening your store for the day, but you need a few minutes to attend to other tasks in the POS before committing to counting the cash till. In these moments, you can skip counting the cash till for a while in order to deal with these tasks. You can even run a few sales and take in cash payments too. After a short period of time, though, this grace period will end, and you will be required to count the cash till before proceeding. If the till count is too delayed into the day, it becomes harder to identify when a discrepancy happened, and so it's important to take care of the count as soon as possible.